Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot Convention with the Glee Comic Runner. We've made it through most of this week's books. Now it's going to wrap things up. Kicking things off, we've got Batman number 141. Where we left off, Batman had been seemingly captured, and Zur-En-Arrh had transferred himself into Failsafe. The issue begins with flashbacks of Zur-En-Arrh working on Failsafe. With Failsafe noting there's a security gap where additional programming can be uploaded. With Zur-En-Arrh saying it's no error, it's part of the failsafe. Stating that if failsafe is not needed for its prime purpose, if Batman doesn't go too far, there's another reason for failsafe to exist. Obviously, to have Zur-En-Arrh uploaded into him. But Failsafe Zur gives Batman a choice. Throw him in a hole, broken and beaten to live out his days, or walk away and live for once. A well-earned retirement. Savor fine wines, race cars, marry the love of your life. While Failsafe stops crime the same as Batman always has. But Batman states that there's one problem with the plan, and that problem is that Failsafe is a Batman. Batman is. Batman escapes back in Gotham. Babs has Lucy and has brought Dick to her. Apparently, Dick also received training from Lucy. And she tells them what's occurred. That she escaped the Joker, but Bruce appeared and was changed, not as darker and not as part of the Batman performance, talking of murder and saying he was trapped in his own mind, leading Babs to realize that it's Zur. Lucy adds that the mansion they were fighting burned down. She saw no sign of either Batman or the Joker in the aftermath, and she's afraid that Batman has done something horrible. And Babs isn't sure what she's going to do when Dick asks. But back with Batman, he sets a trap for in the car he borrowed from the cabin for Failsafe. Heads back, finding a workshop of unfinished items. Failsafe Zur survives the trap, manages to track Batman down with the various items that Batman was cobbling together. Batman fights Failsafe, however, it's not enough, and once again, Bruce is captured, waking a couple weeks later, able to tell this by the amount of scruff on his face, in what appears to be a cell. And in the cell next to him is the Joker. In in a neck brace. With Joker explaining that Zur put him through the ringer. But Batman asks, says he's done with Joker's nonsense. Adds that, Joker knew about Zur-En-Arr, about Bruce's mentors. And so Batman wants to know just exactly how Joker's involved in all of this. And that is where the issue ends, setting the stage for the Joker Year 1. We have a backup stage, or backup story, basically of Zur moving from being in Batman's mind to the failsafe with the other Zurs, and basically explaining that it's going to start like this. Basically, they'll then go Earth to Earth, taking. The plan being that the Zers have had is to clean up the primary Earth, and then they fix each other's. Ms. Zur-En-Arr Batman stating that their final home isn't in the metal body, and they'll be free soon enough. And let loose to save the world. This apparently occurred while Batman was unconscious between this issue and last issue. That is where the issue truly ends. Interesting. The whole Joker Year 1 thing that had been announced, I had to admit I wasn't entirely looking forward to the concept, just because I think we've kind of, it's like, yeah, okay, Killing Joke is basically the definitive origin for the Joker at this point. But giving a good reason for the story, I'm a little less hesitant about it. Overall, though, I've enjoyed enjoying Zdarsky's run, so got faith in him to do a good job with what's coming. Moving on, though, to our next book, we've got Birds of Prey number 6. Is that right? Oh no, number 5. Where we left off, Megira was freed, but Sin was on the run. But the birds were fighting a losing battle against Megira and the possessed Amazons on Themyscira. So, Zealot points out that this isn't the end because, after all, would Megira still be fighting if she actually had Sin? So, Zealot deals with the possessed Amazons. Sin tries to run from Megira, but is pulled in. Dinah then sets up her plan to go in. While inside Megira, Megira gets a look at Sin's life, and Megira seeing it as being kind of boring. But Sin seems to think she has a choice in the matter of being Megira's host. But Megira says, "Yeah, you don't have a choice. This is how it's going to be." Dinah manages to get in and find Sin. Batgirl's looking for the urn, runs into Zealot, who's rather badly, rather banged up. But Maps shows up, as does a Megara-possessed Wonder Woman. Maps shows up again, however, and the combination of a bola from Batgirl, as well as Maps having her signals temporarily fixed, manages to take down Wonder Woman briefly. Megara implies that hosts are invited. Says that she has to be invited first. Dinah asks if Sin did invite her. No, she didn't invite her. Didn't read out any old books or speak magic words or play with strange runes or make a deal with any creatures. She's not stupid. She would never do anything like that. But she can't deny that she wished and hoped and dreamed every day to be stronger and more powerful, to be so invincible that Dinah wouldn't have to worry about her anymore, that she could join her in the world, see it with her. Maybe even be a hero like Dinah. And so the plan is, that this is all over with, that Sin's going to come home with Dinah and Ollie. Though Megara does point out that she will need a place to stay when she takes over Sin, and so the offer still stands. But the rest of the birds are dealing with the possessed Amazons, with Barda pointing out that possession doesn't seem to be able to allow them to use the full fighting skills of the possessed. But Megara continues to point out that Dinah there's not much Dinah can really do. She's literally inside Megara. To which Dinah says, as someone famous once said, "I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me." And she pulls out her little pearls and says "Banshees," and then lets loose a hell of a scream, and that is where the issue ends. I'm digging this so far. Writer Kelly Thompson has already stated that after this initial arc, sadly Harley and Zealot will no longer be regulars of the book, which sucks, especially in the case of Zealot, because who the hell knows when she's going to pop up next. Maybe in Wonder Woman? I mean, it wouldn't exactly be... It would kind of sort of make some semblance of sense, but we'll see. Moving on, though, to our next book, we've got Poison Ivy number 18. Where we left off, the hordes of plant zombies that Ivy had accidentally created on her road trip had come to Gotham. And, in Slaughter Swamp. But our Ivy and Croc have help. Solomon Grundy. Kind of evens these out a bit. But Grundy and Ivy seems to convince Grundy to stick around and help while she works on making an antidote. Which she does, but she can't make near enough. So she goes to Robinson Park and talks to Batman. Tells him what's going on. And to be fair, his reaction is absolutely perfect. He's just like zombies. Oh, God. I can't deal with this shit right now. I mean, he literally says, "Look, don't take this personally, but this is the last thing I need right now." Like, Ivy does point out that these people are supposed to die peacefully and become plant food. She has an antidote because needs help scaling up production. Batman points out that she always makes the same mistake. Tries to solve a problem by creating a bigger problem. No matter how often she fails, she keeps using the same methods. And that's bad science. But does say they'll see what he can do about with upscaling production of the antidote. Points out that it's not, when Ivy thanks him, he points out it's not a favor. She says that one day, maybe not that day, but one day he'll realize he's fighting up for the wrong side. But Batman tells Ivy to be prepared to wait a long time. But Ivy's been developing pains, seemingly in her stomach. But she returns to the swamp, keeps working on the antidote, when Janet from HR shows up. A little scared when she sees Croc, but she brought glucose strips, agar, glucose medium, donuts, coffee. And Croc's fond of donuts, though Janet says that she'll bring more later. But right now, Ivy needs Janet to make slides. However, she collapses in pain, and those weird pains she was having, it's Woodrue returning in a very, shall we say, Giger-esque manner. I mean, the way he looks isn't Giger-esque, but yeah, basically popping out, ripping out his way out of her like a xenomorph would. And he intends to devour the world. And that is where the issue ends. Not sure how I feel about continuing to have Woodrue pop up and further traumatize Ivy. Kind of felt like his earlier appearances kind of just said, yeah, we're done with Woodrue, but nope. Moving on, though, to our last book for the week, we've got Titan's Beast World Tour, Atlantis. So, while trying to stop the Necrostar, Beast Boy transformed into basically a Starro, calling himself Garo. However, Dr. Hate suppressed the human aspects of Beast Boy and brought forth the beast side. And, well, Garo the Conqueror did what a conqueror does and shot out spores to the earth, which have been turning people into animal-human hybrids. So we open with Wild Blue. New Venice, Florida. It seems King Shark has been transformed. Aquaman fights him, while in Atlantis, Tempest is attempting to, seems to be trying to get Dolphin to come with him to the Church of Eternity, but they're attacked by some of the animal people. And Aquaman's called in reinforcements from the animal kingdom. But as the fight continues, Aquaman swallows a spore. But he's not changing, at least not in the way that others have been. At least nor as quickly. Then our next story. Is there a table? No, of course not. In Amnesty Bay, body has shown up on the shore. Seems to be a ray. The police in the corner trying to convince the mayor to close down the beach. He ain't listening. Sounds familiar, but the mayor himself is then attacked by what appears to be a giant ray. But Captain Boomerang, Vixen, and Deadeye show up. Seems this Black Manta been turned once again. And so, the unlikely trio trying to deal with Manta, who has turned into a giant Manta. Vixen's able to briefly calm him down, but Deadeye manages to get inside of him and pull the spore out and destroy it, returning Manta to its human form. And as the story ends, Captain Boomerang informs Waller that Deadeye's putting a team together. And creating more of the hybrids. Our next story, in Atlantis, while Aquaman is in the midst of his change and has been locked away for everyone's safety, Aqualad is keeping an eye on him and his and on Aquaman and Mira's child. And it turns out that some Amazons have turned in fact turned into shark hybrids. Aqualad tries to stop them with electroshocks, but manages to turn one, but a spore heads toward him. However, Mira intercepts it and transforms rather quickly into a giant sea serpent. Goes for her son. And the kid manages to send Mira away. When Jackson, Aqualad, and Tula come to, say that they're going to have to go after Mira. Tula points out the people of the Atlantis leadership suggested that they called Jackson's mother organized the Atlantean and Zebellian warriors. But and Tula offers to lead form a search party to find Mira, but Jackson points out that Mira would be furious if they went after her, and she'd be right, so they had to stay put. They had to protect the Atlanteans and the Zebellians, and they have to protect. That's Aquaman's daughter, not son. Daughter, Andy. But that is where the issue ends. Interesting batch of stories. The Waller-related one's probably the best one. We already knew that Waller was manipulating the entire, trying to have caused the situation. After all, Dr. Hate was working for her. So, yeah. But anyways, that's going to do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Mastodon, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off saying, live long and rock hard.